Aloha, my demons, my angels, and demigods. How are we this morning? Hope everybody's doing all right. But I got a new theory. This is something that's actually close and dear to my little baby dark heart. So I'm over here. I'm actually thinking of lyrics for my next song. Now, I done gave a few of my friends the opportunity to hear the sample, even the rough draft, even though I'm not going to go with what I've let them hear. I'm letting them listen just because people ask, wait, you do music? Let me show you. Ah, there you go. Wu-Tang. In the midst of my old little journey, I have ADHD, so I let my ADHD journey, instead of just trying to stay focused when I know I'm breaking, I'll go to YouTube, listen to some music real quick, get my little get my little hyperactive out of there, while also thinking about shit that could help me. But this little hyperactive little spiel that I had, it actually led down a rabbit hole. I was listening to, I don't know how in the middle of me writing my lyric and freestyling my lyrics, I wind up actually having Pink Floyd Money in my head. So, money, dee dee, dee 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 dee. You know how I go. So I go to YouTube, I'm listening to the song, I'm humming along, and I thought about what he was saying because I was doing it with the lyrics, and I'm like, oh, theory time. I was talking to a woman that was 70 years old, and we were talking about the 90s. I told her a little bit I remember because I was born in 1990. I remember fragments of the early 90s, like a little bit of 93, a little bit of 94. 95, I don't remember nothing but after Simone and Kindergarten and Lion King. Again, I watched that movie late. They gave that to us little kids as actual rerun. But 95, 96, kind of blurry, but kind of not, because that's the same time Mama dropped us off at Miss Jackie house. I don't know what the fuck my brother was doing, but I was watching the news, and that's when they told us about Tupac dying, but needless to say. We were talking about the 90s, and I told her about my issue, because I don't tell people I'm a conspiracy theorist and all this other stuff that I got titles on, but I drop little hints in conversations. And the one I was dealing with was how music had a jubilee from the 1930s to the 1960s. It was all right. That was the that was the first 30 years. 1990 after, that's when music dropped off. That's when the jubilee was over. That's when those of the higher power gained all the energy they needed off of people music. Now, why did I say this and where am I going? I also have a fondness of rock and roll as well. Be it black or white, I have a fondness. And I was wondering, because listening to how much meaning that Pink Floyd has in its actual music, I'm like, what the fuck happened? And it dawned on me, a band that I actually learned about from Guitar Hero, sorry. Yeah, don't ask how I got those mixed up. But Guitar Hero had a little group called The Sword, and the name of the actual song, and I remember it to this day, is called Freya. And it was talking about how the May Queen rules at one point of the time of nature, but at that actual end of her precipice, the actual Ice Queen takes over and the world is actually in another actual reign. But they'll continue fighting this actual duality over and over again. Now, if you know anything about mythology, paganism, so on and so forth, you knew who they were talking about and you know what they're talking about. That's what caught me to this group, and that kind of made me think, oh shit, they did it to themselves, because they were starting to actively talk about what the fucking the rock group was starting to talk about active witchcraft and shit, and people were catching on to that, so they had to and they actually had to have pop and rap. They made them two like this so they can, you see how my fingers are? That's how they did this actual formula. And ever since, so we're saying spells, but we don't know that. We're invoking energies, but we don't know that. Certain songs do certain things. They ain't lying about that one. And honestly, around the time I started making my first song was when I learned that if you invoke shit, haven't been a dark witch in a minute, I am actually putting spells in my fucking shit, and I am trying to do something that the fucking industry isn't. I'm trying to do something that they were supposed to do. Boy, intention is strong, I'm telling you. Y'all need to learn this shit before it's too late, because they using all of this shit against us. Man, I'ma holler.